Hello, volcanic tubers, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy 1. I can't find the volcano. Ankylo. Yeah, welcome back. So, yeah, last episode, we did not die. That'll do. Last episode, we, cleared the Earth Cave, killed the Lich, a little bit of item trading, and, yeah, I mean, we got some, oh, yeah, we got the ribbon. That was pretty good. Yeah. Alright, anyway, let's get going. So we're still on super speed because most things are going to be fairly easy down here. The team is pretty powerful right now. So I'm still going to check all the treasures. Just because I can. Fire Elementals is the first time fighting them. They only did 1 damage. Kind of a shame. We're probably getting to the point where we can just sort of blast through everything, which is nice to know. This door, right? Trying to show you an alternate route through this room. Oh, stoning iguanas. That's new. So those guys would have been outside of Portland. No, Provoca. That would have been pretty brutal early on if we ran into those. We're just gonna run because... Also, they have the poison spell. That's the poison gas spell from the poison dragons. Yep, alright. Maybe this dungeon's not going to be quite as easy as I was thinking. Now, usually, giants plus iguanas are not very common fights. I'm kind of glad I didn't even bother trying to do the giant alley back in the Earth Cave, because we would have died horribly. Alright, so here I was just trying to say that maybe this is going to be not so bad, and the game proves me wrong. Unfortunately, our knight did not get access to anything cool like the life spell. So, Suck is going to be dead for a little while. I suppose what I should probably do is clear this treasure room out, warp out, and get him rezzed. Alright, we did not get any luck there. I've still got 1 ninja awake, so let's get out of here for now. And, you know, we'll go, we'll get rezzed. The, what did we die against? It was poison gas, right? Yeah. So that's the gas dragon special attack. I don't think there's any, maybe ribbons, but fire and ice armor is not going to protect you from that element, unfortunately. And it might be non-elemental anyway, I don't even really remember it. I always remember the gas dragon's poison attack just being annoying. Okay, so that covers most of the treasure in this room, but I'll be greedy and I'll try to get the rest. Oh man, this seems to be a very common encounter in here. Giant plus iguana. Well, if we just run... Wow, this is the encounter. Never would have been afraid of this encounter normally, but thank you, Randomizer. Alright, we've got another cabin. Awesome. We've got 4 more chests to pick up. Yeah, the fire elementals seem to be pretty weak sauce. Ice shield. It's a little too late. FPPeZZE, I bet you we can one-shot or nearly... Didn't I say they seem to have a lot of HP? I think they have 300 or so by default. Looks like it's probably somewhere around there still. I'm not sure why they got renamed to FPPeZZE rather than just PED, but maybe because they run away all the time. That's probably what they're making fun of. The Argoyles are annoying, so we're just gonna run. They can slow and dark and all that. Ice armor. Funny, we're finding like almost level appropriate gear in here. Usually the volcano has the fire armor and the flame sword and the fire shield, and the ice cave has the ice variants of all of those. The ice sword, ice armor, ice shield, but in the randomizer that doesn't happen very often. Alright, so those treasures were not very good for this floor. Kind of messed up my, I did not run away very well, did I? Yeah, okay. One thing we might be able to do to get out of this floor a little bit faster is go this way. And if you, in case you didn't know, if you walk through the fire, you never get random encounters. So if you're really in a dungeon with Randomizer that's giving you a bunch of really dangerous enemies and there's lava tiles, or basically lava tiles, you can just avoid the encounters entirely. Now, you do take a little bit of damage, but it's nothing a Cure 4 staff couldn't deal with. So we'll avoid all the giants by being real tricky here. Alright, how much damage do we take? A fair bit. Because of how much damage poison gas will do if we get hit in an ambush, I gotta keep people topped up. The ninjas will go down very, very quickly. So excuse me for a minute here. Keeps trying to play the victory music. Now the death music. I guess that's more appropriate. Gotta be happy. Alright, you know what? I like the water shrine music. I'm gonna stop playing with it. Blue, stop playing with your playlist. Alright, what do we get? Some tiny bit of money. Oh, Agamas. Bane of many a run, I hear, in the randomizers, because they can get some pretty powerful random abilities. Just because they're spellcasters, so they're more likely to start with some spells that are randomized to stuff like Nuke, rather than special abilities, which are a bit more unlikely to get. Like the Poison Gas Breath from the Iguana, that was kind of like an ability type thing. The Wizard Ogres, again, could have random spells that are very powerful, depending on our luck. But they didn't even try. Alright, so far, the volcano has been very, very poor in terms of reward. Ah, there. So we got the chime. We needed to find that, so that's good. So now we know we can complete the game without any more. Like, we could basically go into what the speedrunners would call go mode, where you just avoid everything and just go straight to the final boss. I'm not going to be playing like that because I'm not a speedrunner, but I'm just pointing it out that if that's your thing, you could do it. Oh, good. I got some really good armor there. You know what? You can keep your wares. You know, I have never even used my Cure 4 staff. Had these things since pretty early on. 920, hey? Wow, yeah. The Fire Temple, or the Volcano, has definitely been the worst dungeon for treasure so far. These are both blocked by Agamas, so you gotta actually fight them. Or at least one of them. Silver Axe, well, you know. Or Wiz Ogres. Alright, we will go kill the Flame Dragon, because, Fire Dragon, whatever they call it. Because he guards some fancy treasure. Although usually I would just skip this. I think it's... I forget what's in it by default in the base game, but the Red Dragon, I know I usually skip. And he didn't even get a turn to attack, so we'll never know if he has Nuke like his friends. Okay, so that will be our defense blade. So I think 54-112. It's on par with the Sun Swords. 2 less damage, a little bit more hit percent. If you remember where your breakpoints are for your extra attacks, it has a slight window of being better than the Sun Sword. But usually the Sun Sword is slightly better. Alright, now, someone commented, and this always gets me into trouble, but they said, Blue, I'm pretty sure you missed some treasure chests on the bottom floor of the volcano. And I'm very unfamiliar with this floor because I almost always go straight to the boss. So, thanks to the people who left comments, I'm gonna go check. And if there is nothing down here other than the Red Dragon chest, which I know to check on the randomizer, if there's nothing else down here, then you, sir, have done messed up. It's okay. Don't take it too personally. Commenters get it wrong all the time. That's why us Let's Players barely ever read the comments, right? I kid. I am joking. Alright, northwest, empty, like I would expect. Central, north central, empty. I don't really want to fight everything. If we die checking these chests out, I'm gonna be really mad. Checking these rooms out. Northeast has a chest. Is it empty? It is empty, so there will never be anything in there until the randomizer adds stuff to empty chests. What about this one? Also always empty. So far, not looking good for the YouTube chat, or the YouTube commenters. Now, there is one room that I remembered. Hey, cremate! It's too late for cremate to matter, but good to see it. There is one room in the dungeon, not this dungeon, that definitely has treasure that I forgot to check on my last run. And I will mention that when I get there, because I forgot it on the last series. But so far, in the bottom floor of the the volcano, I believe I correctly avoided all of the wasted time rooms. Even the ones that have chests in them that you think might be worth it, they're always empty. Now, if the randomizer can shuffle items into an empty chest, that would probably be good, because it would help mix things up a little bit more, rather than all of us old-time Final Fantasy 1 vets knowing to just skip half the rooms in the dungeon, basically. Because usually, we skip all of them, because the chests are either empty, or we know that what's in them is garbage. But if, now that they're randomized, the ones that at least had an item or some money in them have been shuffled, so there could be something good. If they actually shuffled it so that empty chests could have items as well, that would be probably for the best. Alright, it's Carrie, boss fiend number 2. Let's do this thing. So, I kind of wished we had the fast spell. Let's just go pure offense and see what happens. She's got thunder. That's going to be really bad for everyone who's not the fighter or the black belt, because you need a ribbon or some dragon armor. But we're fine. So she's got a really powerful attack. I'll need to remember that if she has the same spell selection in the 2000 Time Loop Chaos Temple dungeon, whatever, Carry version 2.0. That's a strong move. Definitely a strong move. Hopefully we'll have some more ribbons for the ninjas by then. Alright, so, done. Let's continue. I'm pretty sure I checked every chest in the volcano, even the ones that were empty. Let's move on to the next dungeon, which should be the water dungeon. I did save it, right? Just make sure. It's been a while since we fought an Ankylo. They're not so tough anymore. I probably never even came to this town, so... Actually, yeah, let's buy some healing potions, because I used quite a few. I really need to remember to use those Cure 4 staves. I bought them because we didn't have access to any healing, and then I've just never used them, because I don't really have a good excuse. I'm just lazy. For funsies, I will show off the magic here. Ice 3, Saber... and Harm and Life. Well, Life would be nice. I don't know if I ever even saw Life 2. I totally forgot whatever shop had it. Alright, Oxy Ale, go! Okay, so there are new enemies all around. We'll see if we have anything dangerous to worry about down here. We're doing a ton of damage, though, so it'll be swarms of nukers that'll be the problem. Slow is annoying. Definitely annoying spell. Especially for this group. Alright, 3,510 gold. There's only 2 treasures on this floor. One in the bottom right, one in the top left, I think. Pretty sure. Okay. So this is a fight that you can never run from, no matter what. Because it's apparently the same as the ninja fight, basically. You know what, I should just... yeah, we'll use this... And between Mazimune and the Knight, we should be able to kill 2 Wizard Sahags pretty easily. There you go. Easy enough, but you can never run from them. Okay, to the ghost floor. I always forget which rooms. I think I would learn. Alright, so these guys... I'm gonna start with a Fire 3 here, because I'm always a little bit scared of ghosts. They tend to have a ridiculously high physical attack, so... I don't know what they've got in the randomizer this time, but... If they got that plus 170% battle strength, they could be very, very hard to survive. Because they could do 200 or 300 damage easily in vanilla Final Fantasy 1. Alright, let's check this center room. I did show off that this is one of those weird locked doors, right? Opal shield. No, they can't equip it. We could sell it, but let's just leave it on the ground. Alright. So they did 116 damage to one of my thieves. They've got Dazzle for stun, essentially. Let's just remember to use the Cure Staff. You're going to remember. Invis Shirts. That's not that good. So what we're going to do is Lightning 2 and then Cure yourself. And it's a full heal. So Cure 4 is really, really good. There we go. So yeah, I just got to remember to use those more often. I put the money in, I bought them, you know. Make sure you use it. Now, did I miss a chest to the left here? No, I did not. I usually don't go through the center of this room very often, so it threw me off. Water elementals. Oh, I should have checked if we can run from them, because usually you're not allowed to run. And I just automatic. Yeah, we don't have to fight these guys. The Vorpal Blade. Okay, now I did learn a little bit about the Vorpal Blade. Statistically, it's not great. I wonder if these guys could use it. Yeah, they could use it. So, for instance, for Suck, 44 damage, 83% hit. If you equip the Vorpal Blade, you're going to be like, well, that's not very good. You lost 8 damage, 10% to hit or something like that. That's true, but the Vorpal Blade in the Randomizer actually has its critical stat buffed to a ridiculously high level. So if you use the Vorpal Blade, you'll actually get a lot of crits. And it works best on a character that has a really high base strength, because it doesn't have high strength itself. So it's better to get 47 damage plus crits than what was like 36 with a ninja. So if you have a fighter or a knight with really high strength, the Vorpal Blade might work out. So I'm just going to test it out here, because I've never really used it in the Randomizer. It was a critical hit, but it was still only 200 damage, so it still didn't really impress me. Another one, 300 damage critical hit. So yeah, I mean, it's going to be hard to say if it's much better or worse than a Sun Sword. I'll definitely switch it out with the Excalibur if I get that. But I'm just kind of curious to see how the DPS stacks up for a weapon I've never used and got a significant buff in the Randomizer. Because if I remember correctly, the critical stat of all weapons was bugged in the original Final Fantasy 1. Basically just using their index ID number rather than the stat. Oh, there you go. Sorry, Vorpal Blade. You've been replaced. So regardless, the Excalibur is almost always better. Sorry, Vorpal. You had one chance. Oh, good. A wooden shield. Alright, is that everything down here? Katana! Ooh, all the good weapons are in the top of the water shrine. Alright, well at this point we've got our best weapons. Excalibur, Katana, Mazmune, and the Fist. So, weapon-wise, sorry Vorpal Blade, you have literally no way to get onto my team. Crystal! I didn't actually need that, but we'll hand it into Matoya. She might give us something useful. I don't know. Alright, so we're done with this floor. What I'll do is warp our way out. And rest up at the inn. And then we'll go down and kill the Kraken. I'm still looking for 2 ribbons. So there's still lots of good treasure to find. But we have got... We just went from very powerful in melee to endgame perfect stats kind of hearing. Look at that. The Mazmune actually out DPSing or matching DPS of a knight with Excalibur. That's why the ninjas are always subpar. The Excalibur will always, or sorry, the knights will just always have better stats, I think. One of these chests, one of these rooms has a chest in it. Down here, maybe? There we go. Don't want to miss any. This floor, if I remember correctly, never has anything. Or if it does, they're those empty chests. Start running from battles a little bit more often. Now that we've got all the best weapons, let's not even use them. Ah, right. Toxic. I have a feeling the protect ring must protect us from the toxic Bane gas attack. Because we haven't had anyone die to that yet. And they've cast it on us quite a few times. And I'm pretty sure that's instant death. That's not just you get poisoned. So it's either a really low accuracy spell or we're getting pretty lucky here. Or, you know, status protection is working. Not a fan of enemies with multi-targeting death spells. Okay, a little bit of money. Oh man, we're getting a lot of these fights. I'm really glad the ninjas were able to learn a lightning spell. Even though Lightning 2 isn't perfect, it's definitely speeding these fights up because we don't have the normal Thor's Hammer with the on-demand Lightning 2 access that you normally would have. Mummies! You know what? We've got the Fire 3. Didn't even kill the Wizard Mummies, though. I guess I've been kind of focusing on this is a melee run because, you know, the party is all physical fighters. But now that we're promoted, you know, we do have access to some good spells. I just haven't been using them. A pure potion? How generous of you, game. I almost wish you could rename your party members mid-dungeon, because the thieves go from the worst to second worst. I don't know. Would I rather have a ninja or a red wizard late game? Maybe I would rather have a ninja than a red wizard late game. If that came down to it. But I would rather have a red mage than a thief by so much more. And I'd rather have two fighters more than either. I picked up something. Let's just clean this up again. We can always buy sun swords. Don't need this stuff. Lock 2, that's the Bane sword. I'm pretty sure we can actually buy those anyway. Vorpal is unique, but unfortunately not very good. The flame armor is probably unique as well, but if I remember correctly, it has slightly less absorb than the ice armor. It has exactly the same amount. It's probably the fire sword that's slightly worse than the ice sword. Have I missed any rooms? I guess we could kill some lobsters for once. Oh! Alright, we're gonna try some... I could use heal potions, but we're gonna live dangerously and try to heal up with our staff, because that's what we have it for. It's a lobster! Kill it! You who are almost dead, try to heal yourself. Kill it! Alright. We're really playing with fire here. I should heal potion up. Okay, this is fine. Cure 4. Cure 4. Cure 4. Cure 4. It's the Cure 16. Look at that. Not having to use heal potions. Alright. I'm glad we got to do that at least once. It is a really good item. Like, it's probably not as great as the nuke helmet, but like that's really good. If you were doing a solo run, you'd be very happy to find one of those, even just one of those. Oh right, I should have focused down the lobster. All right, it has nuke and ice too. Well, I'm gonna try to heal up with the Cure 4 staff anyway before we fight the Kraken. This is really silly. Come on. Give me a random encounter. You never get one when you need it. Alright. My vote is maybe kill the big eye first, just in case. And then we'll heal up here. So yeah, unfortunately, I wonder... No, if we ever had a life staff, it would be a complete waste, because you couldn't actually use it in combat. So a life or a life 2 staff. I wonder if they... Maybe the randomizer was smart enough to cut out spells that literally can't work out of or in combat. Because that would have been nice. Alright, anyway, you guys can trade. Because one of you got nuked. It serves me right. It really serves me right that the lobsters would have nuke. Well, time to get out of the sea shrine, seeing as this is a terrible area. Alright, what are we going to do? We're just going to attack it. We've got the best weapons in the game. We could... Yeah, I don't know what spells it has, so there's no point trying to buff up defenses. We just gotta use Cure 4 if we take too much damage. I just gotta remember. Monk took a big hit, but remember, the Kraken has 800 HP in vanilla. We're probably almost there already, so if we could just focus him down a little bit more, we should be fine. There we go. Alright, well, another ninja goes down. Look at that. Good thing we're not playing hardcore no resurrection mode. Alright, so make sure you guys actually have your swords equipped. They've traded. Yes, I could have used stuff like the Fog 2 hammer to buff our absorb a tiny little bit for that fight, but it's not enough to really significantly decrease the damage, and criticals ignore your absorb anyway. So even if you did that, the Kraken gets 8 hits, they're probably going to crit, and all the fog buffing in the world will do nothing. With that said, 2 dungeons done in less than 30 minutes. That's pretty solid. Let's go turn in our crystal. Yeah, because that's what Matoya wants. We'll go turn that in and see what the last sort of fetch quest can give us. If anything. So that's the Zeus's Gauntlet. That's the Ruse Gauntlet. That's actually not a terrible item. Because evasion is pretty good. Just gonna leave it on the monk for now. Theoretically, these slots are for ribbons. Yeah, that's interesting. And the ninjas have pretty good... Well, they've got okay evasion. If they didn't have all the heavy armor on, they'd have really good evasion. Yeah, actually, everyone is surprisingly similar evasion stats. Okay, so I think we've done all the fetch quests then. I don't think there's any key items we're missing. No, I think I did everything this time around. I didn't forget anything important. Let's, I guess, save up and maybe we'll just tackle the last 2 dungeons next episode. Because we should be pretty much done. I mean, there's got to be 2 more ribbons in the last dungeon, or the last 2 dungeons, right? There's supposed to be 3 ribbons in the game. And I don't think I've missed enough chests for that to be totally skipped. But that'll help the ninja stay alive a lot better. I'm pretty sure I haven't skipped anything. There's always possibilities, you know, there's always a possibility. So we'll head to the tower here. I mean, we'll do the dungeon next episode, but we'll get ready. Look at these Ankylos tanking those hits and fighting back as best they can. They are definitely buffed up a fair bit, I think, it's safe to say. So, let's house up. And everyone's not at full health. House up again. 2 knights in the house. Alright, everyone's good. Okay, so thanks for watching, folks. Probably just 1 more episode as we clear out Tiamat and head back 2,000 years to kill him again. And also Chaos. Or actually, maybe not Chaos, whatever we randomly get. Something to look forward to next time. Alright, folks. Thanks for watching, as always, and see you next time.